Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Talk this week on indyquebec.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over all the news and the rumors, a bit of rumors, all of it and more right here on indyquebec.com. I'm the Prez, and welcome with me today, my co-host for this show. He is magnificent, Drey Breeze. How you doing, Drey?
What's up? Doing good, doing good. You guys doing great, doing great. Good to see you.
You too, buddy. So we just finished watching a good episode of Dynamite from New Jersey at the Prudential Center. It was a pretty decent crowd.
Yeah.
What did you think about how they started off the show with Daniel? Well,
I thought it was interesting. I think it's well, for wrestling it's very rare. Usually it's backwards. It's backwards from what you usually see, because you usually want to keep people tuned in by telling them that the heavyweight title, the main championship, is on at the end of the show. So to start off with it, I thought was pretty awesome. It was different. And like seeing these two guys, man, two of the best workers in the business go at it. Like, it was amazing to me. Like, Bryan Danielson is got to be one of the best, like, in a long time at just running a match. Like, just the little things that he does, from like when he was doing the jumping jacks and like killing the time and running the match, is just on another level. It was, what a way to start off a show.
Yeah, I like the psychology. He was trying to maybe go to the time limit, and then because they had those judges, it ended up being Jerry Lynn, Big Show, Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Both guys,
I thought that was a cool concept.
Busted open.
It was all out war. Like, I don't know if I would say a WrestleMania main event, but it looked and felt like a WrestleMania moment match. Like, the people were in it at that point. The guys were going at it, giving it all. It was wrestling at its perfect, in my opinion. Perfect psychology, the heel, the good guy, from everything. Like, I even like the way Danielson did the pile driver, the pump handle pile driver, just like Jerry Lynn, and then smiled and pointed to him. Yeah. Like, that's like a heel. That's how you heal. It's not necessarily using chairs and everything. It's just the little things that he was doing that you just like,
his attention to detail. And how he knows, you could tell that he planned it out, and he really knows Hangman, and he thought of like some great spots. And I really like that it didn't go as long as the first one, because it made the ending unpredictable.
Exactly. Like, for real, I was surprised Hangman won. Like, it surprised me. Like, the way the match was going, I was like, oh shit, they're really gonna put it on the heel, to piss people off, like the first episode on TBS, and you give it to a heel. But it would have been relevant because he's like so known. Like, it wouldn't have really.
And people are expecting him to win the title soon, I think.
Exactly, especially he was undefeated. He comes in there undefeated. That was his first loss, like, technically, tonight.
Yeah.
Like, and a clean loss at that. A clean loss. Which, in a way, I was like, do you really want to do that? You know what I mean? Because you could have
saved that for a pay-per-view.
You could have saved that type of, because you could have made Hangman still keep the title by making Danielson lose it at one point, lose his patience, heal up a little bit more, heal out a little more, do something that the ref was just like, okay, or the judges go, we got to give it to Hangman. You know what I mean? But for him to be straight thin, I mean, that's a bit risque in terms of your push. I find they do that a lot. Do you find they do that a lot? I find they do that a lot with guys recently. They build them up, and then all of a sudden it's just like
they just cut their legs out from under them, and then they're like, kind of, they
in the middle. Then they're just in the mix again.
It really feels like they have like a group of guys in mind at a particular time, and they'll be pushing those guys. And then when those storylines are up, it's kind of like, well, we might not necessarily have some ideas for you. So you're going to end up like not even on TV for like 6
for a few
months
weeks.
or
Yeah. It really gets that shit. But you got to give it to Hangman, man. Like, what a pure talent for a guy that's never been in the WWE, never was in TNA in the big days. Like,
yeah,
what a good,
definitely. He's definitely
talented.
become a star. He's become a star.
He's
And these two
yeah,
matches, people are really gonna remember him from this for sure.
yeah, yeah. And it's not the same Hangman as in Ring of Honor. Like, I like the Ring of Honor Hangman, but this guy is like likable. Like, he's actually a likable. You want to cheer for him. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be like, yeah, it's cool, man. He deserves it. You know, like,
Yeah,
he's worked his ass off for that, you
he's
know?
like a baby face that you could actually like, which is actually pretty rare these days.
Yeah, exactly. They're all too over. You know what I mean? And you just want to puke sometimes. You know, it's just like,
Yeah,
oh, like,
too over the top.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that
so
was
that was a great match. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more out of these two. I'm sure we'll
yeah,
end up seeing like probably another match between these two at a pay-per-view or something.
yeah. Most probably, most probably. This isn't over. You can't end it like that. You can't
No,
be
exactly.
1-1. Like, you can't. You can't. You got to bring that back. You
Yeah.
know,
So the
that
next
was all.
segment, we had MJF. He came out and he was gonna wrestle Sean Dean, but then CM Punk right away hits the ring. What do you think
Yeah.
about this segment?
I mean, MGF is great to listen to.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
you
great
could
on
just
the mic here.
he's just the Piper diss. People have to go listen to that Piper diss. The Piper diss was awesome when
Yeah.
he said what? How did it go
He
again?
said at least Piper had the talent to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. Because Punk never did.
Yeah.
So that was pretty. Like, you could see Punk even smirked. Like, I don't know if he was expecting that diss or not. If they had gone over exactly what they were gonna say, but that was pretty cool. You saw that smirk in him. He was like, "That was a good one. That
Yeah.
was a good."
Like you got me there. You got me there. You got me.
Yeah. But even
And
before it went down, I already knew MGF when he said, "You're gonna face, yeah, you want a match, you want a match." I was like, he's gonna say Wardlow, and he said Wardlow. Like, when you can predict it like that, that's the part that's kind of sucks a
yeah,
little
true.
bit. You know, I'm gonna feed him this, I'm gonna feed him. But I like the way they turned it to where CM Punk gave the win to the other dude just by disqualifying MGF, and that was MGF's first loss. So I like the way he was willing to do that. He was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'll take my first loss off my perfect record in this way." See, like, that's what I meant about the Brian Daniels, you know, the Brian Danielson match. Like, see how MGF got his undefeated a record was done. It was done in a creative way that doesn't damage him as a heel. You
Yeah,
know, he
because
didn't
it's
get
still
pinned.
memorable. It's still like, whoa. As long as people are talking about what you did, it's good. You're doing good.
Exactly. Exactly. And in his case, and CM Punk's case, I mean, what can you say about Punk? I mean, you know, it almost seems like people watch the show just to see him. Like, that's the vibe I've been getting the last month. Well, since he showed up, basically, he's really taken over that show. Like,
Yeah.
he's the dude that people want to see. The song,
Danielson in ring has been like killing it. And Punk, it's like everyone just wants to see what's he gonna say. Like just him being there. Everyone's
just him being
excited.
there.
Just
Yeah,
seeing his
exactly.
face. People
Yeah,
can't even still
exactly.
believe that he's back in wrestling, I think.
I think that's what it is, right? I really think that's what it is. It's left to be seen if the nostalgia about it wears off or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, he wrestled a couple matches and he was pretty tight. Like, he looked ring shape. I mean,
Yeah. This feud
I
with
can't.
MJF is pretty good. It's pretty
MGF
good.
is
We'll
great.
see where it goes. But there's definitely like a
Yeah.
lot of possibilities for guys for him to feud with in AEW. That's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
So then Jericho comes out to a huge ovation, of course, as usual. And then we get the local
Is it
guys
though?
from Quebec
And every
2.0.
yeah. I like those guys. Like, not just because they're from here. Like, they're funny. Like, they're cool. I like it. I like it. I like that they're getting a push. They've been working for years. You know, I mean, good for them, man. Good for the local boys.
Definitely. And like, look at this. This is a huge feud to be in. Like feuding with Jericho. It's not just like had a match with. They're actually like like going toe to toe
Yeah.
on the mic with Jericho. They took him out with the chair, and like, so then Eddie Kingston came out, Daniel Garcia came out. It ended up being this big brawl, and I guess that's leading to Rampage.
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah, because
big,
it's going to be the 3-on-3. Yeah, with Santana or Ortiz.
yeah,
So
who
who
we didn't see
who
on
I
today's show.
no no well basically they were in the crowd like sitting at the end there, but like I don't know what's up. They need to be pushed a lot more than that. I mean, these guys are world renowned tag team champions many times. Like it seems like since they've been in AEW, they've been there, but they haven't been pushed like in the tag division. It's mostly been
Yeah.
click feuds.
Any big
Even now,
matches they've done, it's been like 5 versus 5s or stuff like that.
yeah, which I still don't understand. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah,
it.
like they're young and they're great in the ring, and they're some of the more like believable characters I find in the show. They're not like over the top. They're like they look like they're
No,
good,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Although they're super nice guys, but they look like they really look thuggish. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
They have that
they
New
cut
York
rock.
accent.
Yeah, because that's where they from. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. So
yeah, they
it's
really have.
for like young people and stuff who like hip hop. I'm sure like they would love these guys, if they would push them more.
Yeah, they would like. They were the face of Impact for at least a year when the last days that they were known as LAX. Like they put on them against Pentagon and Phoenix, which is what people are wanting to see because what they feuded in Impact and stuff like that, it was next level. The chemistry the four of them have in the ring going at it is was amazing, which is
Yeah, these
why I'm
crazy
like I'm
ladder matches
waiting.
and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Which is done in front of what does Impact's crowd do? 1,500 people,
That's
2,000
it.
now, you know what I mean? Which is kind of cool still, but I mean, you want to see that in front of 20,000 people? That like
They'll probably go even
that's
crazier.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. That should be good though. Kingston too, of course,
Yeah,
amazing
he's great.
wrestler.
He's really great. Yeah, I like him
One
a
of the
lot.
best on the mic, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
One of my friends, whenever she sees him on TV, she's always like, that guy reminds me of a character from GTA.
It's true. He does look like a character from GTA. Yeah.
That works. It's almost like a bit like his gimmick ish too. So that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's what he is. So
Yeah. So then
the
the
king
next
and the
match we had Wardlow squash a guy called Antonio Zambano, and that's just going along with Wardlow's squash, but he's been squashing guys like destroying them, and now he's coming up against CM Punk. So that's
yeah,
obviously not going to
exactly.
happen.
Once again, a big tree that's gonna get chopped down. Build up the tree, cut it down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, okay. And I don't get like I get that they're in the pinnacle together, but like what's up with Dillinger, man? I mean,
He's just like a yes man, like ass kisser. I don't know. He just follows
I don't
him.
know. I get when they come out, I get a vibe of two dudes at a gym that are pumping iron together, like
Yeah.
spotting each other. Yeah. It's just like, okay, bro. Like, and he's talented, Sean Spears. I mean, I don't get it.
They
I
do
don't know.
they have
Like,
that kind of gym buddies vibe going on for sure.
that's it. It's like the gym buddies vibe. It's like, what is this? And it's been this for a few weeks now. Spears ain't really wrestling. Well, he's wrestling. I mean, he's doing stuff to guys outside the ring, but I don't know if it's because of something, injury or something or whatever. But he hasn't been in a match in a few weeks. I think at least a month. I think I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
Have you?
that's right. No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think they're making him into this kind of like I don't know
Like
what
a
he's doing.
mascot.
He's not
Like the
a
pinnacle
manager,
mascot.
but
No, that's it. He's the pinnacle mascot with the chair.
yeah, but it's like I don't know what kind of painted on like his weird painted chairs.
Yeah.
So then after that we had the crowning of the first ever TBS championship. Ruby Soho against Ruby Soho
Yeah.
against Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Gay Jargill.
So this one was not bad, not bad. Ruby Soho definitely she's a lot more better showcased in AEW than she was in WWE. Like
Yeah.
WWE, I don't even ever remember seeing her in anything other than like 4 teams all against each other, and she was in there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Or she was just used on Raw sporadically. Like she'd come out in a match. She'd never any pay-per-views unless, like you say, like in a team of like 4-on-4, 5-on-6 girls. She comes in Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
Women's Royal Rumble and stuff. No, they're definitely utilizing her. She's a talented girl. Her in-ring work though, sometimes like the last few times I've watched her, man, she's messed up moves. Like I don't know if it's the size difference. She did it a little while ago with Jade, like at the end of the match, man. Like
I think
the
it could
match
be
was going
Jade
good
is
and
like she's very athletic, but she's also like brand new too. So
exactly, which I never understood why they were pushing her so hard. You know, I mean,
when
I
she's
understand
this
the look.
new, yeah.
You know, I'm just like, I don't get it, you know? And then like in that match, you could tell that she was greener, you know, and bigger than Ruby, you know, and it's like there was a few moves that weren't as clean. And I don't know, me personally, I see that, you know, and I'm just like, oh, you know. But
Yeah.
nice, good champion. I mean, they're giving it to a girl that like she looks like $1,000,000. Like
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So she ends up winning. She's the new AEW champion. And as you said, she has the look and she has the athleticism, but like she's gonna have to be in there with girls who are maybe a bit more experienced than her to have like really epic matches.
yeah,
Like maybe Serena Deeb, like they had her like they seem to be building her up. But
yeah.
I would say in general, the women's division is a bit thin on talent.
Yeah, it's like they've got a few that are really, really good, and then the rest are like, eh. And it's not an insult to the girls; they're all okay wrestlers.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
mean like, I mean, because you're in the second biggest company after WWE. Some could argue just as big, but the girl division is just I don't know. I
Lack in
feel like
star power. A lot of
Impact,
the girls
yeah,
are new.
Impact Knockout division is better in my opinion.
Indeed, I
Like
would agree. Impact's women's division is quite strong. Yeah, definitely.
you know,
But
it's
maybe
not a real.
like
It's just I don't know, just like that.
how long it's been established, but
Yeah,
it's hard to
definitely.
say. But anyway, so we got a new champion, Jade Cargill. We'll see how that ends up going. And
Yeah,
after that, we had Malachi Black versus Brian Pillman Jr. kind of in our main event. This one was kind of a grudge match because Malachi has taken out his 2 stable mates. What did you
yeah.
think about this one? How do you like Malachi Black?
I like Malachi. I think yeah, he's really talented. Like and just look wise, like his whole gimmick, who he is, like it's fucking impressive. It's
Yeah,
what I mean. Like the dude comes out like wow, like that's a heel. But it's not. I wouldn't call it necessarily a heel. I'd be like evil, an anti-hero. You
yeah,
know what I mean? He's next level. On that Bray Wyatt type. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
maybe not on the microphone, but like the concept and everything. And I mean,
That
he
kind
keeps
of
saying there's
character, like
gonna
a dark character, but that could still have the potential to be a baby face that people get behind. Maybe like
yeah
The
that people
Undertaker, Sting, those guys are
exactly.
legends, but you know,
Exactly. And I see that with him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Especially now that he's talking about this House of Black and there's going to be other members. So,
Yeah, I'm wondering who they're going to put in with them. But that's the thing. AEW sometimes in their stables, like how they put Christian with Jurassic Express, they might put like totally random people with Malachi Black.
yeah, Kazarian and Daniels, because they
There you
haven't been
go.
used. You know what I'm saying? And you're just going to be like, but why? No,
Yeah.
I heard they're bringing in, of course, this is just hearsay and rumors and stuff that I've read. God, I keep mixing his name up. The dude from Ring of Honor that was with PCO and
Oh, Brody.
yeah, see, I mix it up all the time. I say Brody Lee, but it's
It's
not
not
Brody
Brody
Lee.
Lee, but
Rest in peace, Brody Lee. It sounds like Brody Lee. It's
Brody King.
yeah, Rudy King. I heard they're bringing in Brody King. And like they
Yeah, he
tagged
would
in
kind
Pro
of
Wrestling
suit.
Gorilla or something. Yeah.
He would kind of suit the gimmick. There could be actually think about it. There could be some other guys from Ring of Honor that have a look that could suit his gimmick, like those guys from the Kingdom who had dreads. Vinny
Yeah.
Marseglia.
Yeah, Vinny. Yeah. He would fit with the axe, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy. With the axe. Yeah, he would
I
be
actually got to
perfect for
call one
that.
of his matches at NSPW a couple years ago, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He I like him. I liked him when he was in the Kingdom and everything too. He's really good wrestler, really underrated guy. Not a guy that a lot of people talk about and stuff, but he's gonna be a free agent. They all are,
Yeah, that's it. So
basically.
we expect a lot of these Ring of Honor guys to be popping up here and there. There's a lot of
Yeah,
talented guys, definitely.
yeah, yeah. Or it could be Eric Rowan. We haven't seen Eric Rowan in years,
Yeah,
at least 2 years now since COVID. He showed up there for Brody Lee celebration. So you never
could be
know.
a big monster because they could
Yeah,
use some bigger guys. You know.
yeah. That's funny that you say that. I always say that. I'm always comparing them to like Impact Wrestling, and that's what I was saying. I'm like in Impact, they're so much bigger. If
Yeah.
you can name the big guys, and you're like Jesus. If they add Braun Strowman, which was rumors that was happening, they're like huge. If you look at AEW, besides Lance Archer, Malachi Black, who else is big? Luchasaurus. I mean,
That's it.
skinny, not really big.
Yeah, he's not like, and he doesn't wrestle like a traditional big guy.
No, that's it.
But speaking of Luchasaurus, he was in the main event. We'll just get over the show here. So the main event was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against the Lucha Bros for the tag titles. I gotta say, I really like Jurassic Express theme song. You know,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
yeah, them being with Christian, to me that makes no sense.
makes no sense at all. It makes
And
no sense at all.
overall, this match, I don't know. Let's just say it. Lucha Express. I mean, the Lucha Bros lost the titles to
Yeah.
Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express are our new AEW Tag Team
Oh
Champions.
yeah.
So what do
Yeah.
you think about this?
I wouldn't have done that. If I mean, I understand there's sometimes you got to give titles to baby faces. They're baby faces. I mean, they seem to have a following. People sing the song when they come out. Me from day one, I've never been crazy about them. Even when they had Marco Stunt with them, where I don't know where the hell he is.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was always like, there's just a band of misfit guys they didn't know what to do with. Like, that's just what I felt,
yeah,
And they
that's
were
what it
like,
comes
what?
off as. And like I saw them too as like maybe an opening act, but they have so many other good tag teams. I'm really surprised that they put the belts on these guys.
When you look at the tag teams that are there, like Red Dragon, the Bucks, Ortiz and Santana, I mean, the Lucha Bros, they just lost the titles to FT. I mean,
It hasn't been that they
FTR.
didn't even
I
have a
mean,
very long title reign.
exactly. And you're just like, I can name 5 tag teams that can kill them that are there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in ring work wise, like not just like popularity wise, like just the way they go in the ring.
Yeah,
Like
like
I find Luchasaurus lacks mobility sometimes in the ring. Some things he does. I mean, Jungle Boy is great, but he's young.
yeah, he'll be a big star maybe in a couple years. It's good for him to be in
Yeah.
a tag team, but on a show like this where they had already that great title match at the beginning, and they even already we knew a title was going to not change hands but be crowned. I really don't think they needed this title change on this show.
They didn't. No, they didn't, in my opinion. They should have left it on the Lucha Bros. They should have.
Yeah,
I didn't
and
understand
this
that.
I kind of felt the same way. Like when we'll move on now from Dynamite, but here's a kind of adjacent AEW topic. Like when Cody won the TNT title, it really felt like a random. Random, but not necessarily in a good way. Random, like I wasn't expecting that, but not in a good way. I had the
Yeah, I
same
know.
feeling
Like
here.
A lot, yeah, exactly. That Cody TNT, a lot of people weren't like happy about that. I was like, if they play the angle that Cody keeps thinking the people love him, that's what I would do. I would just go with Cody
He's like
continuing to.
delusional.
Yes, that's what I would go with. I would go with, you know what? Make him delusional. Make him actually go out and try to shake people's hands and try to celebrate with them and say, I'm the champion. You love me. I'm the people's champion. Like go with it. Go with a delusional thing because it's like he's trying to go with a good guy thing, but everybody wants him to turn heel and nobody wants to. I don't understand the hate towards him that the people are giving him. But I
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it's
They
a
don't.
bit extreme, but like, because he has been putting on good matches.
He is. He does. He
But
puts out good
like,
matches
I
when he.
think it's really the reality show and the second reality show.
And the other reality show, no.
That's it. People
But
are. I
yeah,
think they're sick of
I
seeing
think.
it. I think that they're sick of seeing his wife, who's just a
See, I
pretty
didn't.
face. Ultimately, she
I
shouldn't be
I didn't
wrestling.
want to say that. I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly what it is. It's like he's getting heat because a lot of people just don't like Brandy,
Yeah.
and now it's like going that cascading to Cody, who's like, I don't know what you want
There's
the man to do,
He's
like.
not going to divorce his wife just because the fans don't like her. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
uh,
So that's a pretty good roundup for AEW this week. We'll get more into that next week.
yeah,
So this past Saturday instead of Sunday, WWE had day one pay-per-view.
yeah,
We won't go over the whole show, but uh the three last matches we had Edge and the Miz. How did you like that match? How did you like this feud? Personally, I liked the buildup of the feud, but the match, it pissed me off when Beth Phoenix came out because I knew she was gonna come out, and I find
yeah.
her a boring character, and I'm like, oh, I know where this is going. I know where this
It's
is
too
going.
predictable. It's just too predictable. It's gonna be a wife, a husband and wife versus husband and wife thing now. That's how
Yeah,
they're gonna take it?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
uh, and it's not like Maryse can really wrestle well. You know
Yeah,
what I
she's not a
mean?
great
Like,
wrestler by any
she's
means.
not. So it's like, why would you build it up for that? You build up all this momentum for that. I mean, him coming through the fire with the Brood Edge is the
That was
badass.
cool. That was cool.
Yeah,
His
that
entrance,
was cool.
the Brood entrance at the pay-per-view, just adding little things like that. I think if they do more of that from time to time, the fans would really appreciate it.
Yeah, because see, for once they're listening to what the fans like. The fans like that edge. That's the edge they want to see. The rated R superstar, the Brood, the mean guy. Good, give it to them. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't give them anything anyway.
But
So
now that's what sucks is because they had that edge, and now he's gonna be the guy fighting alongside his wife.
yeah, the vulnerable wife protecting. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they're gonna be two evil dicks. I mean, like
I just
maybe
don't
that's why.
find that like adding the two wives to the match makes it more interesting. I think if you would just leave them out and have these two just fight one on one, it would be a more interesting match. We
You
haven't
probably
seen them
would.
wrestle very often. They've only had one match.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly. They haven't done like any. They could really take this feud like far. Make them do crazy stuff. I mean, it could go to ladders match, tables, ladders, and chairs, which Edge is known for. I mean,
And
and
then
challenge
like
that.
if they do that too, maybe like if the Miz would have a really crazy kind of TLC match or something, maybe he would earn the fans' respect on another level that he doesn't have their respect as of now.
Exactly. The fans kind of always questioned why he's there, besides his work ethic. You know what I mean? Like, why is he always in the title picture? Why is he main eventing or sub card main eventing? You know what I mean? Like mid card main eventing. But yeah, if he had that match, I think people would finally look at him and go, "That guy can wrestle. That guy
Yeah.
can work." You know. Like
with Edge.
more
Like,
than
that great match that Edge and Orton had. Like Edge
that was amazing.
Edge is still on top of his game, in my opinion, at this point.
Yeah, hey, the most decorated champion of all time.
That's it.
Like
it's not
that's
nothing.
like
It's not nothing for sure.
yeah, it's crazy when you look at it. You'd think Ric Flair, Edge, the most decorated champion in WWE history of all time, like all the titles together,
That's
which
it.
is
And
pretty
who
damn
knows?
impressive.
Maybe he's not done.
Yeah, exactly. Kudos to Edge, man.
Yeah. So then the next match was Becky Lynch. She successfully defended her title against Liv Morgan. This was a pretty good match, but I don't know. Liv Morgan, I still don't really see her as like a top level star like Becky Lynch, but it was a good feud to like showcase her because she was pretty good in it, I think.
Yeah, she's got talent. I mean, she looks amazing. She looks her part. Her work ethic is good. Her ring work is okay. You know what I mean? But I mean, you're going against Becky Lynch, who's just another level of female wrestler. I mean, you have to follow. You know what I mean? Like, and not everybody can get in the ring with her and look good.
Or even look credible, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what I think was the thing that was bad about it is that you put Liv Morgan like in maybe a situation that doesn't make her look good. You know what I mean?
Like all the fans pretty much know that she stands no chance in hell here. Like,
exactly. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're kind of hoping, or they're really going to do this, and then it's like, well, nah, they're just going to set her up and she's going to get her ass kicked, and it's going to be like on to the next available opponent. You know what I mean?
And
it's
in like a couple years, who's going to remember like, oh, do you remember like the women's match at day 1, 2022? Like, no one's going to remember that.
Exactly. No, exactly. It was like a filler. You know what I mean?
But it was, for what it was decent. It was a decent match, I would say.
Yeah.
So then the main event. So there was a controversy because Roman Reigns contracted COVID. So then Brock Lesnar was inserted into the Fatal 4-Way match. So it ended up being Big E defending against Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar. And this was a pretty crazy match, but it only went 8 minutes 25 seconds. It was like a nonstop, like, because already these matches, right? There's like almost no downtime because there's always some action going on. But this one, it felt like there was like no downtime whatsoever.
No, it was action. It was at 4 really good, 4 guys at the top of their game, man. I mean, Lashley to me is phenomenal. Like, what a wrestler. What a wrestler. You could put any belt on him anytime, any company. He's credible.
Yeah,
he's just
in
a
the
credible
last 2
badass.
years, I would say he's been one of the like steady guys on Raw where you're like, well, the Lashley segment's probably going to be good with MVP.
Yeah.
No matter what they throw at them with crazy storylines, they always spin it into something pretty good.
Exactly. Especially him with MVP, like together, because MVP is just amazing on the microphone, Yeah. The guy's great. So, sad to say his body, though, you know what I mean? He can't go as like he could go, a couple years ago anymore. And but to have him with Lashley as a duo, oh, man. Even when they had Sheldon Benjamin with him back, it was Sheldon Benjamin and what's his name? The other little guy,
Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, Cedric Alexander. You know what I mean? Like, that was good. It was good. I didn't even understand why they pushed it to break up. Like,
I really didn't understand that either. Right before, I can't remember exactly. I think the Hurt Business was getting popular or something.
Yeah.
So then they took them away and they put Baron Corbin with Bobby Lashley and MVP because they're like, Baron Corbin's the one guy that we know the fans will never like, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what we do with him, people don't like him. They just like, don't
if we want someone to be hated, it's just put them with Baron Corbin. If you need someone to be hated,
put him with Baron Corbin.
I guess, right?
That could be a T-shirt if you want somebody to be hated. Befriend Baron Corbin.
That's it.
That could be a good shirt.
He was.
Poor Baron Corbin.
He always changes every six. If you stop watching, say you only watch one show every 6 months, he'll have like a different gimmick, like every single time.
All the time.
Time he's a
And the
killer.
worst
This
thing
time
is,
he's like a
yeah,
Hawaiian
it-
shirt comedian guy.
yeah, it struck it rich in Vegas or whatever the bogus
Yeah.
thing he is now. Whatever that writer thought, I don't know how he convinced him. But ever since that when he was the lone wolf, he was good. When he
I
was
thought
coming up
that
in
he could
NXT,
like. Yeah, I thought he would always be the lone wolf. Like
me too. I don't understand the change of character. Like and more than once. Like
he's been the
but
commissioner. He's
yeah,
been all kinds of
he's
wacky gimmicks.
a broke loser. He's been
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what's next for him. So now the new champion is Brock Lesnar. He's
that's cool.
yeah, and I mean, I guess this pay-per-view they didn't replace that Lesnar against Reigns match, but
Yeah,
it ended up pretty good. It ended up pretty good.
it did. It did. I mean, you can't mess up with Lesnar with the title, you
That's
know,
it,
and be a
exactly.
face of the company. People legit will watch Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
because he is Brock Lesnar, you know. And the fact
He
that he
has, like-
celebrated fans after that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's changed his style a bit now. He has like always overalls like a farmer. He's joking around a bit more. He has like kind of like a funky. He looks like someone who's been locked in their house too long and went insane or something.
Exactly. But him going insane
It's
did
scary
the
as
opposite
hell.
of does to us. Yeah, it made him a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. He calmed down a bit. He's like chill now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. And I mean, kudos to Kevin Owens also. Great performance again. I
Yep.
mean, congratulations to his contract extension. I mean, if he's happy there and that's what he wants to do, I mean, good for him.
Why not,
I mean,
right?
I'm not gonna tell. You know what I mean? Like if you're happy and they're using you and you're happy that you're getting used that way, I mean, why leave?
That's
Why?
it. And yeah, like he's been a main eventer there, and if he's gonna stay high up on the card, I'm happy with that as long as he's having good matches because I'm a big fan of his. So that's all
Me
I care
too.
about, pretty much, you know.
He's a nice guy. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
and yeah, one of the nicest guys and one of the nice guys in the business. You know, a lot of people like him. So
that's
good
it.
for him, man. Good for his
Definitely
family.
a lot of love on Indy Quebec for Kevin Owens.
Yeah, definitely.
All our members. So so far the matches confirmed for the Royal Rumble coming up. They got The Miz and Maurice against Edge and Beth Phoenix. I think that was like recently confirmed. We're gonna have Bobby Lashley against Brock Lesnar.
That's gonna be good.
yeah. The
People have wanted to see that for years.
Yeah, I thought maybe they could even like save that for WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah. People have been wanting to see that match for years because they're both MMA stars
Yeah,
and MMA champions. So people have been like Lashley versus Lesnar, Lashley versus Lesnar. The WWE hasn't been wanting to do it for years now. Finally, they're doing
finally
it.
gonna
Man.
get it at Royal Rumble. This should be a big
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. You
Yeah,
got the two rumbles, the men's and the women's. So it should be a good event, I would say.
yeah, yeah. Worth your investment a pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get into some independent Quebec wrestling talk here.
Yeah.
So there's not much going on, as we know, because all the shows have been shut down for COVID. But the leagues they're gonna start coming back with some shows. Right
Yeah.
now, on Mat TV, people can catch NSPW, and XZW, both on Mat TV, depending on which region, but you have to have Videotron for Mat TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the IWS, their shows are postponed too, but I think they're going to come back with a big show at the M Telus whenever that is possible. And it was supposed to
Yeah.
have 2.0, but I'm pretty sure that they'll probably have that too. But we'll have more news on
Yeah.
that eventually. On their page, they shared Speedball Mike Bailey against Kevin Blanchard from one of their recent Telus shows. So people could check that out on their Facebook. Yeah. And Drey, how about Mike Bailey soon should be debuting for Impact Wrestling. We've seen a little video that Impact released a couple days ago. And Bailey in the video says that he's debuting soon. Impact has a pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Maybe he'll be there.
Saturday. In
What
Dallas,
other Impact news do you got for us here, Drey, while we're talking Impact?
Well, there's going to be changes made. Matt Striker's leaving the company, which is unfortunate. I don't know if, from what I read, it seems like they basically let him go because he said he enjoyed his time. He's going to miss the locker room. He wished that he could have continued with him. That's what he said on Wrestling Inc. So I'm assuming that it was Impact that decided they want to go with another announced team again. I mean,
I wonder where he could go. There's jobs for announcers, but there's not as many jobs for announcers as it seems. You know what I mean?
No,
Especially Ring of Honor's like, who knows what's going on? I won't say they're closed. We don't know for sure, but
we don't know for sure. But that's something touching on Ring of Honor. John Grisham is going to be defending the Ring of Honor title this Saturday at Hard to Kill, Impact's pay-per-view against Chris Sabin. So that's going to be the first time that
original Ring of Honor wrestlers.
Yeah. Original Ring of Honor versus the new Ring of Honor, and also the all-time leading X Division champion Sabin. 9 times, I think he won the title. Something crazy like that. 9 times.
Even their world champion in TNA.
Yeah. And tag.
So a big TNA pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be really big. Cordona versus Morrissey, which is a big cast.
Yeah.
Moose for the world title. Josh Alexander, hometown Canadian boy, taking on Jonah, which was Bronson
Reed.
Yeah, in NXT. What else is a big match? So they're going to have the first women's Ultimate X match, which should be pretty interesting.
It should be interesting.
That's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. What else? X Division, Trey Miguel against Steve Macklin. I like Macklin. I really like what they're doing with him. He was one of those forgotten sons.
Yeah.
And man, he's good. Like, he can go. That guy, what a worker, what a wrestler.
Forgotten Sons they definitely didn't get a chance like at all in WWE.
No, one guy put a comment on Twitter or something, and that's what really shot him down.
Yeah,
like, then
that was his partner, right?
Yeah, it was his partner, not him. Yeah.
Gunner? Yeah. I think he's still in WWE. Or not.
No, they fired him recently.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He was part of the releases a few months ago. Yeah, they got him too. They used him, though, on Raw for a while.
Yeah, that's it. Like, even after, like, being controversial.
Yeah, they cut the other guys and they keep the controversial dude, you know? Yeah, and what else is there? Oh, yeah, there's a big match also. The Good Brothers with Violent by Design, which is Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Cody Deaner, against Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Eddie Edwards, and Heath and Rhino.
Nice. So
yeah, and sold out.
We'll definitely check that out, and we'll check out for a review next episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna be checking that out. Yeah, I'll have
Sounds good. So a little NXT news. We won't go over the whole New Year's Evil show that was on this past week, but the first match was really good. Carmelo Hayes and Roderick Strong. It was a title unification for the North American and the Cruiserweight. So the WWE, they bring in the Cruiserweight title, and I think historically, this company just doesn't know what to do with the Cruiserweight division. You know what I mean?
They just don't like them.
Vince McMahon just has no faith in them, or I don't know exactly.
He has no faith in it. And every time they create it, they decide to put it to the side. Like when it was created back in the day, they put it on Sunday Night Heat is when it would be defended and
Yeah.
episodes like that.
After
Like
2 weeks of it, like, or say 2 months of it, like after it existed, it would be on Raw. But then after like 2, 3 months, it was only relegated to Heat, and then
yeah,
like forgotten
exactly.
about.
And the worst thing is you would be better off starting your show with an X division, like with a
A
cruiserweight
cruiserweight
title
match,
match.
even a quick one, a quick 5-minute cruiserweight match, and then a 15-minute promo is more interesting than a 20-minute promo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I think. You can do scramble matches with 5 or 6 guys at the same time in the match. It's going to get the people on their toes. It's going to get them interested because they're doing flips and they're doing crazy shit, innovative moves and stuff. I mean, you know, it
And
gets
look how
people
many
going.
top guys could actually be classified as cruiserweights. So if you're not going to sign cruiserweights anymore, then you're closing the door to like a bunch of guys who could potentially become big stars for your company later, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You just name one, Ricochet.
There you
Ricochet's,
go.
you know, who doesn't like to watch Ricochet wrestle?
Well,
So
at day one, apparently during the pre-show, Ricochet broke the guy who's with Sheamus. His name is Rich Holland. He broke Rich Holland's nose with a standing.
Rich Holland. Yeah. The other Irish guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, I don't know. I don't know if I'm bored of Sheamus, sick of Sheamus, but I don't know. I don't know what they could do with him that would make it interesting for me to watch him, but I have no
It's
interest
because
in
he's
watching
been there.
Sheamus anymore.
He's been there too long. He's been there too long. He's like one of the only guys that's been there for so long that hasn't left and come back. You know what I mean? Or gone or like he's just been there.
Yeah.
Still there, always there. As soon as those damn bagpipes start, I change the channel sometimes. I'm
There you
like,
go. Exactly. I feel the
I
same way.
can't.
It's like, you know what this guy's gonna do. It's not gonna be anything that interesting.
No, it's not anymore. It's not. And it's like they don't want to break away from the whole fact that he's Irish character type thing.
There you
You know what
go.
I
They're
mean?
like leaning in more into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like enough, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's too
That's
much.
how I
Too
feel
much.
too. If they could somehow totally change his character, make him a masked guy who doesn't talk. There you go. Like
Then I'll watch Sheamus.
there you go. Exactly. Yeah.
They'll
So
still have a clover on his
yeah,
mask.
big Clover. They'll never get away from the Irishness. So so NXT New Year's Evil, the main event, Braun Breaker dethroned Tommaso Ciampa. We got a new champion on NXT. What do you think about Braun Breaker?
I don't know. Giving a title to a guy that's been on 2 weeks. I mean, okay, he's Rick Steiner's son, but I mean, 2 weeks.
Yeah, this
And
whole
I mean,
NXT 2.0 has been like jumping into a pool that's like minus 40, like without sticking your toe in first, you know?
it really has been. It's like somebody came in there and just said, okay, who hasn't been here more than 1 month? Okay, you guys are going to kick everybody else that's been here his ass, and then we're going to fire everybody. We're going to humiliate you before we release you, and then we're going to release you. And all these guys that that are who are they? We're going to put titles on them, and this is NXT 2.0.
Yeah.
Everything, and it's like saying everything NXT was will be completely erased. Like completely erased. Let's erase everybody.
And it's like they're calling it 2.0, but like that's just gonna make a comparison. And like everyone thought that like the original version is better. So it's like now it's like NXT 2.0, the shitty version. It just makes people remember like when it was good. Like remember real NXT?
Yeah, exactly. People can start their conversation with that. Remember the real NXT? Oh yeah, the 2.0 is like the cheap version.
That's it. Exactly.
It's the RC Cola of wrestling, of the WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, they've lost everybody. Gargano's gone. Adam Cole's gone. O'Reilly's gone. Bobby Fish is gone. I'm sure Roderick Strong is
On
counting
his
the
way
days
out.
on a calendar.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bronson
Ciampa,
Reed, they were building him up. He's gone. A lot of the guys they were building up are gone. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Also on that show, they had Matt Riddle, which is so weird. Matt Riddle, he has one gimmick on Raw, but on NXT, he's like a guru. It's not that far from it, but I mean, does he really need to be there? I think they need the star power, I guess.
I guess. I guess because nobody's watching NXT 2.0, man. Well, no, I'm just saying that, but people are watching it, but I don't know.
Well, one thing they definitely tried to do for a ratings grab here, also on New Year's Evil, is they brought a guy who never ever wrestled on NXT, AJ Styles, and it looks like AJ
Yeah.
Styles is going to at least have one match in NXT coming up.
But I heard they want him to be on it now. Like he's gonna be
He'll do like
one
a
of the
year on
top
NXT
guys.
or something like Finn Balor did.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be there for a while. He's gonna be the big name that's gonna make people be, to see AJ Styles, I'm gonna have to tune in to
Yeah.
NXT 2.0.
And now he
so
broke up with Almost, like they had a match this past week on Raw. So I guess that frees him up for an NXT run.
exactly.
But
That's
him
what they're
against
gonna do.
Braun Breaker, maybe that's the future match. AJ Styles seems like a guy who he's gonna have a belt anywhere he goes. He's gonna end up having that NXT belt. He always has the belt, or
He always does.
Yeah.
He's great. Like he really is phenomenal. Like
Oh yeah,
great wrestler
to be that athletic, and he's been in the game
at that
for
age
20
too.
years.
Yeah. He's on the top of his game, and he has been for 20 years. It's crazy. It's great to see him go like that, man. Definitely.
Indeed. A little bit of IWGP news. We won't go over the whole Wrestle Kingdom, but there was 2 nights. The first night, Okada beat Shingo for the title. And then the second night, Okada defended last night he successfully defended it against Will Ospreay, and they've been in a feud going on. I'm personally a big fan of Okada. How about you?
I love Okada. The Rainmaker's amazing. TNA dropped the ball years ago when they brought him over and used him. Seemingly, they didn't really know what to do with him. It was sad because he could have been what Nakamura, as the WWE is doing with Nakamura.
Even more.
Now.
I think Okada, he has a perfect gimmick for WWE. Having the money come down, his suits and everything. It would be really. But I think that TNA run really soured his idea on wrestling in North America in general, and we're never going to see that, unfortunately.
No, I don't think he likes it here.
No,
to tell you the truth, that's the impression I get from interviews I see with him, and they've tried to get him to come just for one match. Even recently, Impact apparently tried to get him to come because now they have a working relationship with New Japan. And that's other news too. New Japan just re-signed with Access TV, so they're going to be coming on at 10 o'clock spot on Thursday night after Impact. Yeah, that should
I wonder
be
who.
great.
Oh, maybe that's where the other guy who left Impact is going to go do commentary, but maybe not if he left the company on bad terms, because Impact is owned by Access, right?
Yeah, exactly. Impact is owned by Anthem, which owns Access TV and everything together. It's a big shapiro. But Bullet Club, definitely. We're going to be seeing a lot more of them, I guess.
Yeah, we'll definitely check out some of those episodes coming up. And right before we leave here, we'll leave it with some a federation that we're both starting to have more interested in, GCW. Who you're saying an interesting name showed up in GCW this week.
Yeah, Scotty Duhati. I mean, he left WWE coaching job to go wrestle in GCW in a hardcore death match against Joey Janela. And after that match, Yeah, I mean, and that's what everybody said. People were saying that he's crazy. He gave a big speech after, because people were saying, "Why would you leave, a job that's paying as a trainer in the WWE to do that?" And he said that wrestling against a guy like Joey Janela, who has heart and like is a real competitor and a wrestler, felt better than anything he was doing in WWE. He said you can sign all the athletes, gymnasts, guys that you want to make them wrestlers, but nobody has what it really takes in compared to like a guy like Joey Janela, which is why he wanted to wrestle in GCW. He wanted to be in that ECW feeling. They say
That's
that.
it. And they got that vibe going.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
Exactly.
recently debuting Jeff Jarrett came into GCW. I think he's going to be feuding with Effie. He hit Effie with a guitar. That's super surprising. He's a guy you wouldn't expect to be in JCW. And they got a show coming up
No.
soon in Detroit where Kevin Nash is going to be appearing. GCW, as we said, we're not like super following every show yet, but we'll definitely get into it. And definitely, I think our fans should keep watching or start watching GCW, especially if there's not much indie shows going on here. That's like the big indie going on in the States. I think that they, even at this point, they have more people are talking more about GCW than like PWG at this point.
Oh yeah, more than Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, more than I'd say almost more than Impact these days. GCW
Which is
seems to
almost
be
crazy to think
it's
about.
crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. I don't even know if they have a legit signed roster. You know what
No,
I
that's
mean?
it.
Or if it's just pay per appearance guys and they're getting more buzz than most of these companies.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, they need a national TV contract, I would say.
It
That
looks
would
like
help a
they're
lot.
somehow they're getting some funding. Like it looks like their funding has gone up, like to be bringing in these big stars. But maybe it's just the
Hey,
popularity, maybe the snowball effect. People are jumping on the bandwagon.
wanting to go, yeah,
Yeah.
But Jeff Jarrett said recently that he wanted to get back into promoting because he says you can't get the promoter out of me. And he said that the fact that the WWE and Ring of Honor was closing down or on hiatus, that all these guys were free, that it was a good time for a promoter to get into promoting. So is him appearing at GCW mean and
A
Kevin Nash
partnership.
that they're like, you know, maybe they're behind it and they're like, yo, we got money.
True. Yeah,
We can help.
that could be interesting. We'll definitely keep our eye on that.
Yeah.
So that's all the time we have this week for the pro wrestling news right here on indyquebec.com. For the magnificent Drey Breeze, I am the Prez, and we wish you a great week. Until next time,
Till
Drey,
next time.
that's it,
See you
brother.
guys. Peace.